Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am sharing with you a makeup look that I kind of just randomly came up with as I was filming. I got a lot of new ColourPop cosmetic shadows and lippy sticks in the mail, and I knew I wanted to do a look with those. So it really just turned out to be this pretty mauve, neutral, kind of natural glam look. I really like the way it turned out. It's kind of appropriate for day or night. It's really simple too. So that's what I did for the look. Really quickly, I do want to mention my hair because I know I'll get a few comments on it. I did go ahead and take out the blonde ombre in my hair. I didn't do it, my hairstylist did it. And if you're interested in how we came up with this color, I'll have a picture listed down below of what I showed her. But basically, literally blonde ombre, especially on my hair color, is so hard to maintain. It turns brassy super quickly. It can also end up looking really damaged. Like I noticed in a lot of my photos, it just looks so damaged. So I just made the choice to go ahead and take the blonde out, and we just replaced it with some like warm brown tones. So it looks a lot more natural. My overall hair is a bit darker than what it was, but it'll lighten up after I wash it a couple times. So yeah, that's the 411 on my hair. I did not do it, but I will have photos listed down below that you can take to your hairstylist if you are interested in it.
Starting out with my foundation, I'm rekindling the old flame with my MAC Face and Body and my NARS Sheer Glow. The combination of these two foundations gives my skin the most youthful and radiant appearance. It's basically like your skin but better coverage, if that makes sense. And I've not used these foundations in probably a good month because I wasn't self-tanning for a while and the shades that I have are darker. But now that I am back to self-tanning, I feel like I'm going to be using these a lot more. And if you're curious about the shades, I'm using C4 in MAC Face and Body and Santa Fe in the NARS Sheer Glow. And I'm just blending that out with a Real Techniques buffing brush. For my brows, you guys know the drill. I always stick with my Anastasia soft brown dip brow, and this is just my brow game every day, you guys. I mean, I literally hardly ever use another brow product on my brows just because there's really nothing that can even them out and make them look as natural as this stuff does. So if you have very uneven eyebrows like I do, then I would highly suggest trying it out. It does take a while to get used to, and it does take a while to figure out how to use, but once you get the hang of it, you will never put it down. Trust me, it is the bomb. Then I'm prepping my eyelids with some Urban Decay primer potion just to prep them for the shadows that we'll be using. And the first color I'm taking is called Flawless, and it's from the new Nude palette from the Balm. That's a continuation of the Nude palette. It basically has a lot more cooler undertones in it. And I'm just blending that taupe shade into my crease with a Morphe MB23 brush. This has been one of my favorite blending brushes recently. You guys have probably seen it in my past couple videos. I will have all the links listed down below for the brushes that I use in case that I don't mention them. Moving on to the next shadow, I'm just taking ColourPop Cosmetics shadow in the shade Fringe. And it's just a really pretty kind of icy cream color. And these shadows apply best with your finger, so I just put a little bit on my finger and place that onto the ball of my eyelid. The next shadow that I took is also from ColourPop, and it's one of their new matte shadows. It is in the shade Bill, as in like the shortened version for William, B-I-L-L. I'm not really sure what the reasoning behind that name is, but that's what it's called. And it's just a really pretty matte mauve color, and I just use that to define my crease a little bit more. I then just did a simple everyday winged liner. I used my Kat Von D tattoo liner in the shade Trooper, which is the black shade. I'm just still so obsessed with this. I live for this stuff. It is a hooded eye girl's dream. For my bottom lash line, I took the Urban Decay Naked 3 liner, and this is the lighter kind of grayish purple color. I don't really remember the name, but again, I'll have it listed down below. And I just took a bit of that and then smudged that color called Bill onto my lower lash line. And I actually go back later and just apply a black liner because I didn't really think it was intense enough. So, you know, you can kind of do whatever you want here. You can do black, brown, whatever you like the best. And then I just popped on one coat of mascara. This is the Maybelline Pumped Up. And then I applied my favorite lashes, which are called Bambi, and they're from House of Lashes. They're really similar to MAC number 35, except they fit my eyes a lot better. They're a lot smaller. And I don't know, the shape just goes on a little bit better with my eyes. Moving on to the rest of the face, I took the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer in the shade Neutralizer and just placed a bit of that underneath my eye and buffed it out with a Up and Up setting brush, I think. This is the Target brand brush, and I love their brushes. They're really awesome brushes, especially for blending out face products. And then to set that, I took the Nye Banana Powder and just used a Morphe setting brush. I don't really know the number, but again, it'll be listed down below. And I love the Nye Banana Powder lately. You guys suggested it to me, and I have been using it nonstop, so thank you again. And for my bronzer, I have returned to my MAC MSF in Gold Deposit. And this is just a really gorgeous shimmering bronze color. It's really similar to the Milani Baked Bronzer. It's just a little bit more shimmery and a little bit darker. As you can see, it's pretty shimmery. I got a little bit too much on my forehead, so I had to go back and fix that. But I just used that again on another Morphe Duo Fiber brush. And to further my contour, I just took a bit of the Becca Mineral Bronzer on a Sigma small contour brush and just pop that underneath my cheekbones. For my blush, I didn't really have a mauve colored blush, so I just went with the Bare Minerals Ready Blush in the shade The Whisper. It's just a really pretty neutral color. It doesn't really give too much color to the cheeks, but just enough to where you can tell there's something there. And for my highlight, I took the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick in the shade Sandstone, and I popped that onto my cheekbones. I love this highlight. I love the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Bricks. I think they are just phenomenal for cheekbone highlights. Here's where I went back in with my black liner and just popped that into my waterline, and then I actually smudged it out with a dark brown from the Nude palette, just to further intensify my eyes. I didn't really think that they were smoky enough, I guess. And for my lips, I'm taking the ColourPop Cosmetics lip liner in the shade Lumiere. I think this is the shade that Kathleen Lights came up with for them, and it kind of appears differently on everyone. On her, it was a really dark mauve color, and on me, it's more so of like a mauve pink. It pulls more pink on me, and that's probably because I have self-tan on right now. But depending on if you wear the lip liner with it or not will depend on how dark it is. So on me, it just turned into like a really pretty kind of deep pink. And then I just applied the NYX Creme Brulee Butter Gloss on top of it, and that was it for this look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to leave your questions down below, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye!